everyone and welcome to Real Estate Unplugged. I'm Anna.
And I'm Arshad. And we are going to take you on a real estate journey. But before we call our guest Anna, I've got a small did you know fact about real estate.
Oh really? Spill?
Alright. So, do you know that there's going to be a shortfall of 106,000 separate dwellings by 2027?
Wow, that's a lot.
We are in a short. That is the reason there's a rental crisis in Australia right now as well.
Did you guys know about that? Anyways, let's discuss this further with our guest.
Alright, so today's guest is Neetu from Key Lending. She's a mortgage broker and we're going to talk all things finance and mortgage.
Let's welcome her.
Hi everyone, this is Neetu from Key Lending with you forever.
Thank you for coming on the show, Neetu.
My pleasure.
How's your day been so far?
Good actually, bit conscious about it, but
Don't be conscious. We're going to go with the flow.
okay, let's do it.
With the flow, I think then just to make both of us comfortable, tell us about your backstory and how did you enter this mortgage broking?
That's a very long story, but I'll cut it in the short. I started with Key Lending from last 5 years. So I came into mortgage broking into 5 years, and what motivated me? Of course, my loan. Of course, the interest rate. That all motivated me. And
your loan, you said?
Yes, my loan, of course. So, of course, I was always inquiring about a lot of things with my mortgage broker. So I always wanted to know what exactly do you do, and also the satisfaction when they get after one's loan is approved and all those things. Had a background in finance because back home we used to have a franchisee of IDBI SDFC Bank.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes, so that is 20 years back. So after coming here, I was working with a company called UCMS. I was a business manager there.
Okay.
Then of course mat leave, everything came into the picture, and then I've started my career 5 years back. Worked in a mortgage firm for 2 years. Then I've started my own company called Key Lending with you forever. Now we have 5 staff.
Okay.
And it's really going good.
That is amazing. So you said you started working with another company for 2 years?
Yes.
And then you started Key Lending?
That's right.
So what do you think was the difference when you started working with another company and then started your own business, and what if you wouldn't have done that and started your business straight away? What would have been the difference? What did you learn in that 2 years that you wouldn't have learned?
The important fact about the mortgage broking industry is you have to work with someone for 2 years. Okay, you have to be like a mentee. You need a mentor in this industry. And first 2 years you definitely have to work. So when I started, I definitely wanted to learn more, do more.
Definitely.
You know, you just always have that hesitation that you would do something wrong because there are so compliance, there are so much things happening around the mortgage broking industry. And I came in 2018, so that's the time when Royal Commission was there.
Yeah.
So
A hard time.
Amazing times.
and I started my company in 2020, so that's exactly in the COVID.
Good times again.
Good times again.
That was very good time.
Yes, it was, and it is, of course, at this point of time also. So that's how. But I have learned many things because as a mentor, I was explained what were the compliance, what are the things you have to do as a mortgage broker. But when you have your own company, you again have a lot of things to take care of.
100%.
You have to take care of a lot of other things which was not taught when you were as a mentee. Then of course you have your staff, you have your team to work on, you have marketing, a lot of things you have to consider now, not only about the loans.
You're not just a mortgage broker or a real estate agent then.
Yes.
You're a business owner, so you got to take care of the marketing, the team, the leadership,
Exactly.
everything.
You never sleep.
Indeed, that's right. And I am available all the time. That's one thing which I always receive from my client is they can call me anytime.
Oh wow. So, I mean, our audience is hearing this. They'll be like, hello Neetu, it's 12 a.m. You are available
so
all the
when can
time.
I come for the tea?
You know, I used to get calls from clients sometimes at 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Luckily, I till now haven't got, but last was
those
better.
good years, 2018, 2020,
Yes.
not 18, 2020, the COVID times.
COVID time.
Yeah.
But COVID has taught us a lot of things,
Oh, yes,
I would
it
say.
has.
And I think as a business person, I mean, we have learned many things how to survive. If we can survive COVID, I think we can survive anything.
Oh, 100%.
Anything. Coming to my next question, you know, a lot of people are in the market at the moment, especially first home buyers. There's a lot of confusion. What is that one thing you would say a first home buyer should do before coming to a mortgage broker, or before even starting to think about a property?
I would say two things.
Yeah.
Okay. Not one. Definitely, they have to think about what basically they want from this house.
Okay.
When they are buying an established property, what exactly they are looking into their house. I always tell all the first home buyers that this is not your dream house.
100%.
Your second house will be your dream home.
100%.
So your first house is just get into the industry, get into the market, in other words. The second thing, definitely I will be looking around, I'll be asking them to do the pre-approval. Now when I say pre-approval, please, there are two different pre-approval, which a lot of first home buyers doesn't know. So there is an assessed pre-approval and there is a normal system approved pre-approval. And people just come and they say that, oh, I have this pre-approval, and they go and they just sign the contract without realizing their file was not assessed. So my first and foremost important thing, three things. One is what you want to get from the house. Definitely think about it. Because if they are buying, it's their first home, there are a lot of things what they have to consider. Second thing, they should know what are assessed pre-approval and what is system pre-approval, auto approvals. And the third thing, of course, they should have a conveyancer in place to read the contract, which a lot of especially first home buyers, they don't know that they would need that.
That is very true.
And second thing, I always tell them that we are not here to help. We are just trying to assist you. We are trying to support you in your financial journey. Because you have so many things to worry about as a mortgage broker, because they can go to bank and they can get the loan.
100%.
Yeah, but we are here so that at least you don't have to worry about that part, financial part of your, especially about your mortgage journey if you want to start. So we'll be taking care and we are just here to support you.
100%. Look, otherwise, as you said, they can just go directly to the bank.
Exactly.
But what I always say is, every bank has their own product.
Exactly.
And every bank, or not even every institution, wants to sell their own product. You as a broker, your job is to work for the client, not for the bank, and get the best product or the best deal for the client.
For the client,
That's why I always say, look, I ask my clients to go to a bank or broker, but I recommend them to go to a broker so that they can actually assess their situation and then get you the best deal possible for them.
And best deal available in the market, you know. I mean, it's not always about the interest rate.
100%.
Sometimes it's about overall cost. Sometimes, best interest duty, we all are abide by that. And it's a compliant industry, so you all know that we have to go with the rules. So it's our duty to offer them the best interest rate with overall cost, with whatever fits in their situation.
We are talking about the situation of the first home buyer. What do you think is the best situation or the ideal situation for a buyer when they think that they're ready to come talk to you guys as a broker? Before that, they need to get some things aligned, and what are those things?
First thing, definitely they have to sort out their finances, because I think every first home buyer or every buyer, they do have a bit of idea before they come to a broker. And second thing is, after coming to the broker, after they engage the broker, I think they should first go for assessed pre-approval, so they know that what is their borrowing capacity. And accordingly they can look for the houses, because sometimes I've seen especially first home buyers, they don't know, they look for the property first and then
That's
they come.
the thing,
And I think you would have seen more than me.
So the first thing they do is they're standing in a 700,000, for example, a house, and they'll be like, we know we can afford it. And our first question is, have you talked to a broker? We don't need to, we know we can do it. But coming, talking about something like this, how much do you think credit scores matter?
Of course it does matter, because still a lot of banks look at credit score and then give you the loan. So it is important that they should know about it. Sometimes I have seen the files where basically they don't have any file available. You know what I mean? And then in that case, because they think that if we open something or if we do something or if we have a credit card, then it will affect. No, having a credit file is really important.
That's very true.
Because bank will see how old is your credit file.
Actually, it's so funny. Till 3 years back, I was one of those persons. I was like, if I have a credit card or if I have any loan on my name, I am not a good credit person.
Oh.
So, I mean, a lot of people are in
And
market.
exactly, they are into that situation, and because they don't know, and that's what I always believe, that we have to educate the clients.
100%.
I mean, there was a time where your mortgage broker used to come, sign the papers and go. You don't know what you're signing. But my duty, and I think where key lending is different, is we educate the client about each and every process. We tell them where to start, we tell them where to go, we tell them even signing the contract. I think simple thing, it looks like you're signing a contract, but then engaging a conveyancer, making sure that what is subject to finance,
Yes.
what is the settlement date, because I have a client recently who has subject to finance only for 1 week, and I'm like, 1 week subject to finance, how would you want us to even process your loan? You just came to me now.
Yeah.
So all those small things, you know what I mean, it does
Yes.
matter. So education is biggest thing. I think education is empowerment, I always talk.
100%.
And I always say that.
Yes.
And you have to educate your client at each and every process, so they should know what you're doing. It's not, there's shock, I won't use the word surprise, but most of the time they are shocked. Like,
I know.
do I need conveyancer? Yes.
No, you're talking about a client who signed a 1 week subject to finance. I know a person. He signed a contract without subject to finance, and he didn't even have a pre-approval.
Oh.
He's like, I just liked the house, and the agent told me to sign it. I signed it,
Yeah.
and now I'll go talk to a broker and get everything sorted out. I'm like, what are you doing?
Because
So-
assumption and what is going to happen are two different things.
Two different things.
I think not only first home buyers, but even a lot of investors get confused in that, because they think they've got that first home, now the second home is going to be easy. So they assume
They assume.
how much, when all the questions we asked were for first home. What are your tips for investors?
Investors, definitely, again the same thing. I would say you please go back and check your borrowing capacity,
Yeah.
because they check something on the system, or they check something with their current bank, and with the interest rate rising, we all are talking about it. I think before the show also we started talking about it. So you should reassess yourself. It's not about how much you earn, it's not about how much you have in your bank. It's more about, at that interest rate, are you able to get the property what you're intended to get?
Yeah.
So again, reassessing your situation, reassessing everything, because when they would have bought their first home, they would have been single, they would have been just married.
That's
But
true.
now again,
So looking at this, a lot of people, especially, in our communities, people are very much looking forward to pay their loans faster. What tips would you give to people if to pay their loans faster, maybe in 10 years, 15 years? What are some things they should look for?
I think the first foremost important thing I always tell my clients, and most of my clients, I ask them to pay fortnightly.
Yeah.
That is one of the important tip people forget. Because once you pay fortnightly, you're automatically decreasing around 2 to 3 years. And if you're paying $100 extra again, then you'll be decreasing more.
Yeah.
So the first important tip, definitely, and also know what your loans are. Like, for example, offset account, utilize it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's important you should know about loan. And again, I come back to the education point.
That's true.
So if you know how to use offset account, you know what are the benefits of using offset account.
So for newbies, for people who don't know, what is an offset account?
Offset account,
In simple words.
in simple words, if you have, let's say your loan is let's say your loan is $500,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you have 100,000 in your offset,
Yeah.
which is like your everyday account. You can use it like an everyday account, and the bank won't charge interest on your 100,000. So according to bank, you just have the loan of $400,000 only.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, whatever is in your offset account,
Yeah.
that is not counted as a loan. So you're not paying interest on that money.
Yeah, not interest on that. So
Yeah.
that is important. So it's important, and interests are calculated every day.
Yeah.
So whatever the money you have in that account,
Yeah.
you won't have interest. So it's like utilizing of offset account. You need to definitely talk with your mortgage broker that what do you have in your loan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what features do you have? Are you paying anything extra? Are you paying anything less? Or if paying, let's say, with one of the banks, if you pay anything like $15 extra, you'll get an offset account, for example.
Right.
So go with the banks which gives you more offer, more features for your variable loan.
Yeah, that's very
Okay,
true.
and it's not always about the interest rate. Believe me when I say
Oh,
it again and
100%.
again.
110%. Look, every time I talk to any client, if they are talking about finance, I tell them, look, it's not only about interest rates, talk to a broker.
Yeah.
Stop running after interest rates only.
Yes.
There are a lot of other things which is going to help you.
Yeah.
And even if, apart from finance, if they're going for a builder or anything, the whole point is stop just looking at money
Yep.
and interest rates, price of the house, price of the building, construction. There are a lot of other things which are or which can help you out.
Indeed, and I absolutely agree with it. And again, going back, you need to know what you're signing on. You need to know what is your loan about. Should know what is your house, like value,
Yes.
for example. So every small details are important about your loan, and yes, you should be educated. So if couple is taking, both husband and wife should be educated about the loan. It is very much important. You should know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, talking about a little bit about low doc loans. This is not very discussed a lot, and
Yes.
as a broker, I was just talking to you a while back that you do a lot of low doc loans. Tell us a little bit about how those work and what are some things that people need to keep in mind when they are applying for low docs.
Or for who is this loan for?
See, low doc loan is definitely for the people who are who didn't do their tax returns recently, or who deals mostly with the cash, or with the businesses who want to just go for the loan. Okay, so we are talking about low doc loans. Basically, you have to involve other parties as well, like your accountant. You definitely need to talk with your accountant. And low doc basically means we are just providing low doc at this point of time only because we don't have those docs available. Okay, so we are just offering 1 or 2 docs, whatever the bank has, depending upon the banks. And mostly self-employed clients. They go whether they have just started the business or whether they have just started the business just 1 year back, and you know what I mean. So all those people, and basically their accountant will suggest them to go for this one. We are actually specialized with SMSF loan. So this is all about your investors who want to invest through their superannuation.
Right.
Okay, of course you have to engage your accountant here because definitely financial advising and all is required. But these loans are into the market. And the best thing, I'll just give you a tip for the investor is once you take loan from superannuation, which is called SMSF loan, self-managed super fund loans, your borrowing capacity won't be affected. Okay, so this is totally different because you are taking loan on trust. Okay, and your accountant and your financial advisor will definitely guide you how to form those, and we can help them with the loan.
So, is there, I don't know if this question is related to you or not, but with SMSF or with the super fund, is there any exact amount that they need to have in their fund before they can take it out to buy a property, or no, there are no limitations on that?
No, the thumb rule basically, there is no limit actually, but the thumb rule is you should at least have 30% in your super.
Fair enough.
Okay, so whatever the property value is there, at least 30%, because 20% of course the deposit, and the 10% is additional cost, because every single cost will go from your superannuation fund.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This answers a lot of questions because we recently had a client and they wanted to go SMSF.
Yes.
And a lot of investors are getting into these loans these days.
Of
But
course.
it all comes to education. A lot of people still don't know about SMSF and how they work. They've got funds in their
Major
super fund,
funds.
but they don't know how to go about
Utilize
it.
it. So that's why we run seminars every second month.
Okay.
In the office, where basically we engage an accountant, we engage buyer's advocate, and we engage a property agent, where we just run these seminars so that we can educate the client exactly what is SMSF, because you're absolutely right, people don't know about it.
People don't know about it.
Yes.
Definitely. Now that you've talked about your office and you do seminars, what other kind of loans do you do at Key Lending?
So we also do car loans and personal loan, asset finance and personal loan. We specialized in SMSF loans, and of course the other loans, home loans, low doc loans we talked about. We also do refinance, everything else. But I think as a mortgage broker, we also do asset finance and personal loans.
A lot of people need that.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Yes.
Knowing all of this, it was so much of the information. Before we end this, do you have 1 or 2 tips that you would say for everyone, not only for first-time buyers or investors? General tip, whoever is looking out for the house, before we move on to a rapid fire round.
I always say that first thing is education.
Yes.
Please educate yourself about the loan. And the second thing, definitely engage mortgage broker.
Yeah.
We are just here to make your job easier.
And it's not going to cost them anything just to talk to a mortgage broker.
Yes, nothing. And we are here just to make your job easier. We are here to just to help you out.
That's it.
Just to assist you, I would say.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We move to a rapid fire round now.
Let's go. So, fixed or floating mortgage rates, which one is lesser of the two evils?
Fixed.
Fixed or variable mortgage rates, which one of them is lesser evils?
Depending upon the situation of the client.
If somebody wants to get a renovation fund, so it's better they get it in the house loan or out of the house loan.
Depending upon if they have the equity.
Paying off the mortgage faster or taking your sweet time, which one will give you more peace of mind?
Paying off your mortgage faster.
So high credit score or low credit score?
Both are okay.
Both are okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Buying a home or renting a home, which one will give you more headache?
Renting a home. Because you know you're paying someone else's mortgage.
That is so true.
That is so true.
So true.
Alright, so that was the end of our rapid fire, but we're not going to let you go right now.
Okay.
We have one more question that we ask all our guests.
Yeah.
And that is a would you rather question.
Oh, wow.
So, would you rather live in a mansion in front of the beach, or would you rather live in a penthouse with a rooftop pool?
Definitely a penthouse.
Why?
That's what I want to be. I want to do with my husband. That's where I want to be with my husband. Sorry.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming today, Neetu.
No
it
worries.
was really fun talking to you.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Like
Thank
a
you,
lot
guys.
of education actually.
And I really hope everybody did learn something out of it.
Beautiful.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
what I
about it.
expect.
Definitely, and we want everyone who's watching the show right now, if you have any question, call her not at 12 a.m.
They can call me anytime. If there is a loan, they can call me anytime.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you next time. Thank you very much, Neetu.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.